What's up, YouTube? Today we are going to be making, what are we making? Mexican Tortilla Casserole. Let me go ahead and get my ingredients ready. So we have our corn, taco seasoning. Oh, it also says at the end you can top it off with shredded lettuce and sour cream, so I'm looking forward to that. And the onion. This is the rice and ground beef. Salsa and cheese. So before I get what I'll do is I will start the hamburger meat and then I'll dice the onion. And then while that's browning, I'll do the rice and I've never done rice before, so this should be fun. I'm like really freaked out. It says minute rice, so I'm guessing it takes like a minute or a couple minutes, but I haven't had a chance to read how to do it, so we're gonna learn together. I'm just gonna review it real quick. It says you can do it in the microwave, but I'm gonna do it on the stove. So you bring your water to a boil, then you add your rice, stir, cover, remove from the heat, and then you wait 5 minutes. So it should be called 5-minute rice. Okay, got it. So I feel like I can do that. So I'll get the beans, corn, and rice going at the same time as the meat. I hope I'm not going too far ahead of myself. But first, let me start with this ground beef here. Oh yeah, and the tortillas too. So, I'll put the oven on, or the stove on 6 or 7 to let it warm up. And it called for a pound of ground beef. New apron. I have this other one on over it because I love this one. This apron a friend gave to me. It used to be her grandma's, but it has like a towel and it's an apron and it feels like a towel, so I love it because I'm always using like so many paper towels, but if I just dry my hands on this, it'll be a little less wasteful. So I think like electric stoves are kind of tricky. I don't ever really know like how hot or how high or how low I should keep it at. I mean, before I started this, or before I moved in with Eddie, I was cooking everything on high, like high flame, high. I really did not know that you could cook on like lower heats. I didn't see the point. I thought it was just for like chickens or something, like people that were scared to cook. And I was just in a hurry, so I was like, yeah, let's turn this sucker up. But Eddie's been explaining to me that it's important. Some things are important to cook on low. So right now for this ground beef, I have it on 7. I hope it's like not too high or not too low. I'm just kind of breaking it all up. That looks good. And I always just leave my spatula like here on the stove, like next to the pan. I don't know if this is a good spot for my camera for you guys to see everything, but I'm trying it out for this week. And that looks like it is a little too high because it's cooking a lot faster than I want it to, because I have a lot to do. I have to chop the onion, I have to make the corn, the rice, the beans. So I turn this down to like 4.5 on medium. And I better start the water for the rice. And I've really started to love this pan right here. It's like super thin, so I feel like it boils. I don't know what it's used for or if I'm using it for the right thing, but it seems like it boils the water super quickly because it's like really thin. And I don't know how much water I'm supposed to use. So let's see, does it say? Okay, so this is where it gets tricky. I really don't know like how much it calls for the rice. Let me see. Rice. Beef. Okay, so 1 cup. Okay. So this says 2 servings, 1 cup plus 1 cup. 1 cup, 2 servings is 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of water. But I don't know if a serving is a cup. So what I've done in the past is I've always just made the whole box, like whatever says 6 servings, 3 cups, 3 cups. But since I don't know how much a serving is, and this calls for a cup, well, it says it's a cup of rice, so cooked or uncooked, I'm gonna guess that that's gonna give me a cup of rice. So 2 servings is 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of water. So I'm gonna go with 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of water, and hopefully it makes 1 cup of rice. And then I still don't know the answer to this, if this is supposed to be used for liquid, but I'm gonna use this for the rice and this for the liquid. So let me get my 1 cup of water in there. Brown, it's probably like 50-50, like half still red and half still brown. But I'm gonna move it because this burner over here is bigger, and this one's better for boiling this 1 cup of water. And then let me, once it boils, put my 1 cup of rice and get that ready. I hope this makes a cup, cooked and everything, because this doesn't seem like a lot of rice, but probably once it's cooked it'll make the cut. Okay. Oh, we'll wait on that till the water's boiled. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I have my rice over here in the cup. And then I didn't get the beans out. I'm gonna get those in a minute. Let me get this onion chopped first. Give me just a second. Let me go get a pan for the corn and the beans and my knife. Okay, couple pans. Let me get my knife and check on the meat. Okay, I need to hurry up and get my onion in there if I want to cook them together like the recipe kind of says. So the recipe said, when it came to the meat, it says brown ground beef, add onion and drain. So I'm guessing you cook the meat and the onion together at the same time. I'm guessing that will give it, like, the meat a better flavor, cooking it with the onion at the same time. I just hope that it's not dangerous. Like, I hope the onion doesn't like absorb the bacteria that's in the uncooked beef. Stuff like that kind of freaks me out. And it seems to help me if I cut both ends first, kind of get like the skin off. Well, at least last time I cut the onion. I really want one of those choppers that you put it in there and chop it up that way. And then I'm going to wash it just in case. I feel tempted to take off like one more layer before I start cutting it because it's like kind of like yellow there. But I don't think it's like that necessary, but it would just make me feel more comfortable to take off this layer right here. I hope I'm not taking like all the flavor, but that just looks a little better to me. I got the rest of that skin off of there. Okay. And my water's almost done boiling. I told you that pan is so quick. And it said how much onion? A half a cup, okay. Okay, hopefully that makes a half cup. If not, I'll cut a little more. Let me get my half a cup measuring cup. Okay, yeah, that made plenty. So I'm gonna stir up the meat and make sure it's like a little browner before I put the onion in, just a little bit. So I've never really put onion in with red meat like that. I'm gonna turn it up a little tiny bit. So I'm at 7 with the hamburger meat now. I hope that's okay. I don't want like chewy, rubbery meat. And I'm putting the onion in. Alright, starting to sizzle. And our water is pretty much boiled. So, while this continues to brown, I'm going to go ahead and add the rice to the water here. And maybe I'll use this. It's like has like little holes in it. Stir the rice. I have to go get a lid for the pan. I don't know if I have one, so I might have to just find something that's gonna work. Let's see if this fits. Oh man, it's too small. Dang it. Let me go look for one more lid for the rice. I know that I should totally have all of this stuff out, but I am remodeling a bedroom right now, and I have been so busy today. I just did this on the fly. Got as prepared as I could, but I could definitely be more prepared. Let's hope this lid fits. Oh my gosh, you seriously, it's too small again. I was not anticipating this lid issue. And I don't want things to start going too fast. I think I need to turn the rice down too, so it's, what did it say? Guys, this could be a disastrous live right now. Let's hope I don't catch anything on fire. Boil, add rice, stir, remove from heat. Okay, I'm supposed to remove that from the heat. So I'm burning the rice currently. Let me get this heat pad. Make room for it. And remove from heat. I'm guessing that just means take it off of the stove. And then it wanted a cover. Could I just get like kind of strange with it? I put this frying pan on as a lid. It fits, so so it's gonna work. It says 5 minutes. So it's 8:53, give or take about 8:55 or 8:56. We'll check on the rice again. Okay. And our meat is almost all the way brown. I'm gonna turn it back up just a little bit now that I've regrouped. Let me move my onion mix out of the way, make some room. Whew, I was scared of that rice situation. I've never, ever cooked rice before. First time. So now I'm going to get this corn open, ready. I don't know if I'm supposed to warm the corn up or not. I think it would be okay if I didn't, because it's gonna go in the oven for all that time, so I'm not gonna warm it up. And I think I'm gonna warm the beans up regardless, because I just think they would taste better. If I could see my comments on this live, I would ask. This is the Mexican corn here. Oh shoot, I did that in the last video too. It says to drain it, and I've been draining it on my laptop or the floor when I try to show the camera. But yeah, I hate that I don't really know if I'm supposed to be warming the rice and the beans up before I put them in the casserole dish. That really bothers me. So I'm gonna warm the beans up and not the corn, the refried beans. I didn't buy any at the store because I had some in the pantry, so I forgot to get them out. I turned the meat off for a second because it's brown and I don't want to overcook it. And I'm actually going to remove it from the heat like I did for the rice. That way I can take a minute before I drain it. And I put a heating pad down, and here's the ground beef with the onions in it. And that way I can go locate the refried beans, get those warming up. The rice has like 1 more minute. Let me just like stir it and make sure it's not. It's looking really good actually. I'll show you guys. It's kind of like getting pretty fluffy. So 1 more minute with this lid on it. There we go. Be right back. Now for the refried beans. Let's see how much it calls for. 1 can. So this looks like a large can to me. Let me check the date. September 17, 2020. Okay. I'm gonna make the whole can, and I'll probably use like half of it or a quarter, because this recipe doesn't say like how many ounces the can should be. But I'm gonna get those warmed up. Alright, let's get these cooking on low. That's a lot of beans right there. And then this rice. Looks like it's time to remove the lid, our makeshift lid, and take a peek. Looks pretty good. I hope it's soft. I'm gonna try a little tiny piece of it and make sure that it's soft. Let me get a little spoon. Okay, I've got like the tiniest spoon in the world right now. So let me taste just a little bit. It's perfect. Okay, not hard, not crunchy. So I'm gonna put it in this bowl while we wait. Okay, rice is done. Thank God that is only a 5 minute long process, because it was kind of stressful for a second. I'll just keep that there. Okay, I'm gonna make sure these beans are warming up, and then strain this meat. So I think I kind of messed up and I let the meat sit in the oil, like in its own, you know, whatever, and it probably absorbed a lot of the grease and stuff. But luckily there really wasn't a lot of grease because I got like really lean meat. But next time I'm going to like drain the meat pretty quickly. I'm not just gonna let it sit there because that's probably not that good for it. But let me strain this meat. And I do it like over a pan because we have like a septic tank, and I just know it's like not good to put grease down the drain regardless, you know. Dang it, I hope that's not bad that I let it sit like that. And it seems like it sucked up a lot of the grease, the grease from it. Okay. So the meat and the onions are browned and strained. I'm gonna pour the meat into this bowl here. So we have meat, rice. There's our meat. Corn. Beans are cooking. Just warming up a little bit. Stir those up. Let me regroup for a second here. Let's see where we're at. So let's see. Brown ground beef and onion and drain. Add taco seasoning. Shoot, I need to add the taco seasoning. Where is it? Oh. Wait guys, I misplaced the taco seasoning. Anybody see it? Oh, here it is. It was on top of the tortillas. Okay, I've also never done taco seasoning before, and it doesn't tell me how much, but I'm guessing you add the whole packet. Yeah, 1 pack. Okay, 1 pack of seasoning. So I'm gonna add that to the meat right now. And the directions on the taco seasoning say cook beef. Okay, medium heat for 7 minutes. Blah blah blah. Drain it. Stir in water and seasoning mix, and then heat to a boil. So I'm gonna have to put that back in the pan. But it doesn't say how much water. You will need a pound of beef, okay, and then 2/3 cups of water, okay. So let me get my pan back out. And put the meat back in it. I hope I'm doing this correctly. And let me get my liquid measuring cup and see if I can find 2/3, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and a cup. So maybe one of these. 2/3, 1/4, 1/2. Okay, so maybe it is one of these bad guys here. 1/8, 1/4, 1/2, 1 cup. I think that this is 2/3. Wait, what did I use for the onion? 1/2 cup? You know, I think I need to do more onion because I did the onion in this because I thought it said 1/2 cup, but there's no label on this. This is 1/2 cup, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more onion into the meat as well. And luckily I love onion, so if I'm doing too much onion, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. But what is a big deal is that out of this, these, And these I have not determined, I have not been able to find what 2/3 of a cup is. So 2/3, that makes no sense to me. This is 1 cup. I really don't know how much water to use. I'm gonna wing it. I think I'm just gonna, I know this is a full cup, and none of these say 2/3. And I can't see my comments on this live, or if anybody's watching or anything. I'm just gonna eyeball it. And I filled up this entire cup with water. And I'm gonna turn the meat on like 4. And I'm just gonna pour a little bit of water until I think it looks like not too liquidy, but not too dry. So there's like this much water left out of the cup. So I hope that that's 2/3. And then I'm guessing you use the whole pack. Stir in water. Okay, and then you heat it to a boil. So I'm gonna use the whole pack here. I may add a little water if it seems like it's just really seasony. And then I'm also going to, when I'm done with this video, and I'm just pouring the seasoning like kind of mostly into the water, and then I'm gonna mix it all together. This might be some very taco-y Mexican tortilla casserole, taco-y flavored. Let me mix this all up. I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. So you can see like all the powder. Let me show my vlog as well. Show my vlog. Okay. And we're gonna bring this to a boil. And let me stir these beans. I think I burnt them a little bit. I'm gonna turn the beans all the way down. I'm also gonna remove the beans from the heat here in a second. I think they're warmed up enough. But yeah, I'm gonna Google what a 2/3 would be, because measurements just get my head spinning. Like anything to do with like a tape measure or a roller or a cup or anything, a tablespoon, teaspoon, I get all mixed up. So beans have just a couple more minutes before I'm gonna take them off of the heat. Calls for shredded cheese, so after I remove the beans from the heat, I'm going to shred up some cheese while I wait for the meat to come to a boil with the water and taco seasoning in it. And then we should be ready to start layering the casserole after that. I was pretty nervous about this one. I definitely asked my roommate Eddie for like a lot of help. He went to the grocery store with me and kind of helped me figure out, like, because when it said rice, I didn't know if it was like Spanish rice or white rice, and he told me it was white rice. And I've been messaging with my sister continuously for the last few days about it, because she's actually made this one before, my mom, so she was really helpful. And I had a few other questions for her that I was just gonna wait for this live to ask her, and then I can't see the comments, so I was just gonna have her respond on there. I'm just looking for a bowl to put the rice in. I mean the beans. That one's kind of small. We have so many bowls and pots and pans, and Eddie has like, he's 78. He probably started cooking like in his 20s, so he's got like 50 years worth of pots and pans and bowls, and I have some that my mom bought me when I was first moving out on my own. Like this casserole dish she bought me, and I love it. I take it anytime I've moved. I've either stored it or taken it with me, but I like it because it has the handles, so it's really convenient. It's my favorite. So between my dishes and Eddie's dishes, we have dishes galore. I'm gonna use this rice spatula to put the beans in this bowl here. So I'm just removing the beans from the heat. I really didn't burn any. Like normally when I do beans, I burn them because like I said, I used to cook everything on high because I really didn't understand like why wouldn't you cook it on high? And normally like the bottom of the pan is completely black and all the beans are stuck to it. But I didn't do it this time because I cooked them on like 2 or 3. So I guess it'd be like low to medium heat. So we have our rice, beans, our meat is supposed to be coming to a boil. I'm just gonna reuse this for the rice later. But it's not coming to a boil. So first I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. And I might add, no, I'm not gonna add any more water. Because I put almost an entire cup in there. And it called for 2/3 of a cup. And I, couldn't determine what that was, so I just guessed. But it's looking really good. I'm gonna show you guys again now that it's all like almost boiling and coming and all mixed in. I think it's looking good with the onions, and let me show my vlog. And get this laptop moved back up. There we go. Okay. So while we wait for the meat to come to a boil, whatever that means, I'm guessing once it starts boiling, I'm gonna shred the cheddar cheese. Let me get a knife. Get this open, or some scissors actually. Get this open. And it called for 2 cups of cheddar cheese. And this is 16 ounces, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, so mathematically speaking, I believe I'm going to have to shred this whole block of cheddar cheese here. So let me grab my cheese grater. And this is actually starting to boil, so I'm going to keep a close eye on this as well. And I'm going to give this grater a shot this time, see if it works any better, because we have like 24 cheese graters over there. And I'm going to turn the meat down just a little bit for a second and get a bowl for the cheese. So let's get this grated. I'm probably just going to do half now and then remove the meat from the heat and then do the other half after it's like settling. I just made that up, just the meat has to settle, but it makes sense. Just buying me a little time for this cheese. It's smelling really good. It's smelling very taco-y. This is gonna take me like 9 years, at least on the vlog. I can fast forward on the YouTube vlog, but for you guys watching live, might be a good time to like go get another drink or something, maybe a snack. Let me remove that meat and put my recipe up, and also move this live up because I just realized it's just kind of not really showing very well. Sorry about that. And that looks okay. So let's put our meat back in the bowl. It's looking good. Let's move this a little bit. Okay. And I need to remember to turn the stove off because as I was editing like the last 2 videos, I I realized that I was getting ahead of myself and just straining things, draining things, and just leaving the stove on the whole time. It's probably kind of dangerous, right? I mean, not the best for this electric stove. So I got every little last drop of that taco seasoning there. Let me make sure both of my burners are off. Put this back over here. Okay, I'm gonna let this meat rest for a second. Looks good. I think it looks like ground beef with onions and taco sauce. What do you think? I need a little more room, so let me get this out of the way. And put this here. And I got my spatula in there. I don't need these anymore. Let me take a breather before I start this cheese grating. No wonder my mom, she used to always ask me when I'd be talking her ear off while she'd be cooking. She would hand me the grater and the cheese and tell me to grate the cheese. And now I understand why. This takes forever. It's annoying. Can't believe I have to do this whole block of cheese. I wish I had somebody here to help me out with some of the steps. Like they could be spraying the pan, the dish, the casserole dish, and putting the tortillas down, and or better yet, they could be shredding the cheese. Hope you guys like the music. I find it to be really relaxing. That's a lot of cheese. I might have to get another bowl. Seriously, my arm is getting so tired. We're almost done. We have like a little less than half of a block of cheese left. And usually, well, not usually, but like if I was gonna make like a quesadilla or something, I would just buy like the bagged shredded cheese and everything. But my mom I never ever seen her buy bagged shredded cheese. Like as an adult, when I would buy it, I feel like I was like cheating and things like that because she always grated her cheese like fresh. I've never ever seen her use bagged cheese, so nothing against bagged cheese, but I think freshly grated cheese tastes a little better, especially when you're making something like this. There's this one dish that I know how to do about like 5 dishes, 5 or 6, but one I plan to do like a little pop-up live video, maybe like on a Wednesday, of a recipe that my sister taught me how to make when I was young. And I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's called Mexican Tortilla Cassorole. And anytime I've ever made that, I just use like the bagged cheese. But when I make it for the live, I'm gonna see what it's like to do the actual grated cheese. But I'm gonna make somebody else grate the cheese because this sucks. Almost got my finger like 3 times. It's almost done though. Mexican Tortilla pie is really good though. It has like spaghetti sauce and crunched tortilla chips and ground beef and cheese. Okay, it's all stuck in there because there's so much of it. That bowl was like just big enough. Okay. So let's take a look at all of this cheese. I cannot believe all of this cheese is gonna go into this meal. That's a lot of cheese. I'm gonna be eating this meal for as long as it lasts, which the last week's recipe was, I can't remember what it was. It had like noodles and ground beef and honestly I can't remember what it was called, but company casserole. But it was so good, and it lasted like 5 days, and I ate it like 2 times a day, like for lunch or dinner and like a snack, depending. And yeah, it lasted quite a while, and I was okay with that. And this looks like it's gonna be really good too. And it looks like with the amount of cheese that's in this thing, it looks like this is gonna last at least 5 days. So let me get the casserole dish sprayed, and then we'll start laying our tortillas. And I have everything. I'm gonna show you guys like everything that's all done already in case you weren't able to see it. I hope I don't mess everything up right now. But we have cheese, rice, beans, corn, salsa, hamburger meat, and casserole dish. And then I'm also quickly gonna show for the YouTube vlog and kind of reposition it because I messed it up. I messed it up a little bit. Okay, so let me just get a zoomed in view for this vlog here. And here is our spray. This is Eddie's spray. He has like a really nice grill outside, like a Blackstone grill, and he uses this on his grill, but he said I could use it on the pan, so here we go. Oh wait, let me get my my vlog zoomed back out. Okay, here we go. Alright, feel good about that. Put that back. Let me grab the tortillas. So this said to lay a tortilla at the bottom. It called for large tortillas. I hope I got large. Looks pretty big to me. I think it has like maybe four layers. But I'm gonna cheat because it didn't fill up like the whole dish. So I did two. I don't know if that's okay. I don't know if, like, you know, this is one of those moments that I would call my mom and ask her, like, is it gonna make a difference? It might be a little more tortilla-ish, but it just makes me feel better to have like the layers like complete the whole casserole dish. I got some beans. I need to stop for a second because I got some beans on the burner and I don't want it to create like a burnt spot on there. So I'm trying to get them off. Okay. So let's start layering. I'll worry about the burner later. Spray your casserole dish with cooking spray. Brown your meat, blah blah blah, taco. Lay one tortilla in the bottom of the baking dish and spread 1/3 of the bean on top and 1/3 of the meat, and then sprinkle cheese. So I hope it doesn't bother you guys that I put 2 tortillas. I know I'm the one eating it, but I also don't want to like mess up the recipe, you know. So while I layer this here, I wanted to take a minute just to thank everybody for watching and really thank everybody for like the overwhelming amount of like messages and comments. You guys don't know how much that means to me. Like, I have learned so much already. I know you probably can't tell from this video and from me layering these beans on these tortillas like this, but a lot of people have messaged me and told me, given me some like advice and tips, and I'm just so grateful for that and really surprised at the following, and I'm really glad that I can do this and honor my mom's memories like this, but also, you know, entertain a little bit and kind of bring something, you know, like bring something like cooking to an audience that I really didn't know that cooking was so popular, and like the people enjoy it so much, and I'm glad that I can be a part of it while I'm learning. So thank you guys again for watching and for your comments and messages, and I really encourage anybody to reach out and leave me a message or a comment, and anything you think that might be helpful to let me know, because I really do want to learn and I want to be able to get these recipes down good and be a better overall cook. Okay, so we have our beans, and then we do meat and then cheese. Okay, so we are doing a third of the portion here of the meat. It's looking really good. Once I get the cheese on, I'll show you guys how it looks. Oh, and I also apologize if anybody is watching the live. I apologize that I can't really interact much and read any comments and things. Like, not only does this laptop I'm using not show me for some reason, but you know, I don't want to like risk burning the house down by like getting distracted by the comments. So I do read them after, and that's what I decided to start doing. So I've got I'm gonna do just a little more because we still have a lot left, and I want it to be a good layer. Okay. And then what did it say for the amount of cheese? First layer. Sprinkle on some cheese. Well, there's a lot of cheese here, so I'm gonna do a lot of sprinkling on this one. Okay, so we have tortillas, beans, meat, and cheese. Next layer. Second layer, you do your tortilla, and then you do the rice, the salsa, the corn, and the cheese. Okay, rice, and it says a half of the amount of rice. I better get a new spatula for the rice, because it's getting all messed up. Let's use this one. A half, so we're gonna use half of our rice. I think that looks like about half. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm also going to quickly preheat the oven to 350 degrees. While I'm thinking about it, let's see. Bake. Oh, okay. We've added our rice. And now we need salsa. And it says half of the salsa. So the recipe called for, I think it was an 8-ounce, 8-ounce can of salsa. It said chunky or 8 ounce of thick chunky salsa, your choice, mild or hot. And I got mild and chunky, and this is actually 16 ounces, so I'm only going to use half, but this layer said to do half of your amount of salsa, so I'm going to do like half of the half. Maybe just a little bit more. Tiny bit, okay. And let me get that like layered in there. Okay, so the salsa seems to kind of give the rice like a little bit of a, instead of just like plain white rice, it's gonna be like salsa-y rice. Salsa flavored rice, okay. So I was a little concerned about the white rice. Like I argued with Eddie at the store, like, no, I think we better do Spanish rice, but being that it said 1 minute rice, he just said it made sense, the white rice, so, okay. So this is what it's looking like with the rice and the salsa. Looks really good. And what was next? Half of the corn and then more cheese. Okay. And this is the, it's called Mexican corn. So it has like peppers and onions in it. It looks like. I'm gonna drain it just a little bit. Okay, I feel better about that. I'm gonna use half of the can. I think so far, well, I was gonna say, I think all of the recipes I've been doing have corn. Like I feel like I've eaten a lot of corn lately. Okay. me just spread that around a little bit. Oh my gosh, this smells incredible. Where does this go? On the rice? And then cheese. More cheese. I still can't believe I'm supposed to use all of this cheese on this thing. And it says sprinkle, like it should say put like a thick layer, like an inch layer worth of cheese on there, because in order to get through all of this cheese, if I just do a little sprinkle, I'm not gonna use all of the cheese that it calls for. So here is our cheese layer. Really cheesy. And then what's next? Tortillas. Oh shoot, I think I skipped. Oh my gosh, I was supposed to do, oh, I messed up. I'm sorry, you guys. Dang it, I was supposed to do tortilla before I did all that other stuff. There's no going back now. I forgot. That's a bummer. Well, I guess it's a good thing that I put 2 down at the bottom. But it's gonna kind of mess up our layering. That's unfortunate. Oh well. So I put my tortillas this time. And it wants beans, meat, and cheese again. Okay. And it's the same amount this time. So it was a third of the beans. And I remember I had extra beans because I was like a huge can. So I'm not going to use all of the beans that are in the bowl. Kind of just eyeballing the portions on these. I should have some beans left over if I do it correctly. Dang it, I'm so bummed that... So, I got a web camera for the live, but it's not wanting to work with my laptop like I had hoped. So I'm just using my actual laptop, and this laptop I can't really see if anybody is watching or commenting or anything. And we lost our music right now. So luckily we're almost done. And one of our lights. Beans, let's see, what else? Meat. No. Beans, yeah, meat and cheese, okay. Hopefully next week I'll have my web camera working and I can, at least if I run into an emergency. And don't be surprised if I ever have to like stop and call somebody, like phone a friend, like my sister probably, if I can't see the comments. Because I don't want to like wing certain things, you know? Especially if it comes to like meat, like chicken. If I don't know something, I'd rather just ask. So there's the meat, and then more cheese. Or, you know, like, at least if I could, like, take a glance at the comments, I could have seen, like, if somebody did notice I didn't do the tortillas, they could have told me, and hopefully I would have caught it. Okay, we're sprinkling our cheese. And what's next? 4th layer, last layer. Beans, meat, corn, rice, salsa, and cheese. So all of it. So also tortilla. So I'm going to do one more layer of tortillas. So I've got 2 tortillas here. And we're going to do everything. I'm going to do it in the order that it says. Beans first. Let's see. And I'm not gonna lie, for me, this recipe, I don't know if this is one that my mom wrote down, like typed out herself, or if she got it like off the internet, but there was no like link on it or anything. But I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard for me to understand how to follow it. Like, it didn't seem very descriptive, you know? So we have some beans left since that was like a large can and I didn't know what size can to use. But I feel like that was a really large can, so I don't want to use all of them. And then meat. So we were going to use the rest of our meat. Kind of stretching the meat on this top layer, but it's okay because there's a lot of other ingredients that are going to go on this top layer. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like so far. Tortillas, beans, and meat, corn. So we're going to use the rest of the corn. This is going to be like a really heavy meal. Like I'll only have to eat like a little bit of it to get full, which will be good because it'll last. I think so far the all three meals that I've made have all been casseroles. I haven't had a chance because I've been so busy with this remodeling to look to see what next week's recipe is, but I'm really excited to find out what it is. And it's not on the back because I don't know what I did. I messed up. I had something else in this little, so it's in my binder. But I hope it's not a casserole. I hope it's something different. I think it might be like chicken parmesan or something like that, because as much as I enjoy doing the casseroles, I'm kind of ready to like experiment with something different. And I'm going to use the rest of our cup of rice, and the rice did stretch all the way through the casserole because I was concerned. I didn't take into consideration before it's cooked, you know, it just looks like a little bit of rice, but I was like, there's no way this is going to be able to layer anything, this little amount, but now that it's all cooked and in here, it worked out. Okay. Rice. Was I supposed to do salsa? Okay, salsa and then cheese, yeah, okay. Salsa. And remember, 16 ounces, it called for 8 ounces. A little bit more. Looks like perfect. The last three, two casseroles I've done, and this one too, this green plastic spoon has worked really well for spreading everything. It's like really slippery, and then the wooden ones are like kind of, everything seems to just stick to them and they don't want to move around. So this is my casserole spreading spoon. Okay. We have our salsa flavored rice, looks incredible, and the rest of our 16 ounces of cheese here. Guess we did use all this cheese. Okay, let's get it on here. This definitely beats Taco Bell. This is like, has everything. There's a little tiny piece of cheese left. I don't want to waste it, and it looks like it needs like a little bit more covering. So I'm going to just grate it over the top quickly here, as good as I can. This is like one of those things I used to see my mom do, you know, just kind of like grate over the meal. So I think this is why I tend to do something like this every now and then. Like, well, I think that's what I'm supposed to do, so I just kind of do it like second nature, I guess, just from watching her cook when I was younger. Okay, that's good enough. So I'm going to show you guys the final product. Let me zoom in on this vlog real quick. Okay. Now, let's see, what does it say here? Let me clean up my mess. Okay, what does it say? So, bake covered with foil for 40 minutes and then on 350 degrees, and then bake for 10 to 15 minutes longer uncovered, and then let it sit for 5 minutes before cutting. After baking, top with sour cream, diced onions, and shredded lettuce if desired. So good thing I cut like almost the entire onion, and we have a lot left because I will be doing that. Let me get the foil. Let's get this bad boy covered here. Okay. Make sure that's hot. Put this in the oven. Here we go. And set the timer for 40 minutes. All right, let's wait this out. So the Mexican tortilla casserole has been baking for 45 minutes now, and I just removed the foil, and then it needs to bake for 10 to 15 more minutes. So let's set the timer for that. Alrighty, let's get this bad boy out of the oven. Our casserole is done. Let's set it over here. Let me get this nice little thing to set heating pad, set hot dishes on. We turn the oven off, and we're gonna do our lettuce, onion, and what was it? That's right, lettuce, onion, and sour cream. Okay, we are getting a serving of this Mexican Tortilla Cassorole. I'm doing this one-handed. It's a big serving, right? It just looks so good. Let me get this last little chunk here. Might as well. Okay. Almost ready for the taste test. Alright, let's give this a taste. Indy says it smells good. She came out to see what we got to eat here. Indy. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. I can't even describe what that tastes like. Like, first of all, it tastes like something I've had before. Like, it is the most comforting meal I've had in a really long time. It is perfect. The flour tortillas are like kind of crunchy. The flavor is on so much point, it's not even funny. Like, it's like a taco-y, almost because of the salsa, it has like a little bit of spice. This is one of the best meals I've had in a really long time. For the next week or so. And I'm happy you guys got to watch me prepare it, and I'm gonna go ahead and scarf this down now. So good. Wow. I am so thankful for this recipe. I wish I could invite you guys over to try this with me. It's so good. Wow. It's good. Either I'm really hungry or this is really good. Indeed. No begging. No begging, Mama. I'll give you some in just a minute, okay? You want some corn? You want some corn? It's good, Mama.